So I'm really excited to start this new series of episodes on my channel. I'm going to call Roll for Loot, and it's going to be totally random. Whatever loot I roll, I'm going to make. So hopefully, you know, we get something good, and let's just see how this goes.
Okay, so here we go with our first roll, and it looks like we have a 30. What is 30? Let's see over here. It looks like scroll. So let's roll again on the scroll chart and see what we come up with. 76. What do we have for 76? It looks like protection from lycanthropes. So let's make a scroll. So I came up with this cool image after doing a quick Google search for protection from werewolves, and then I got some tribe symbols and threw it on there after putting a little color to it, just trying to doctor it up, make it look kind of cool. And once I had the tribes on there, of course I colored that up too. Okay, and then after I had that, I took it outside and I burned the edges a little bit just to kind of give it an old aged look. Threw some coffee on it and let it dry out in the sun. And because I'm that dungeon master that does that little bit extra, I also printed off a few other cool things I found on the internet, and then trimmed them up and put them in there just to kind of fluff it up. I had this cool green fabric that I wrapped around the ends and glued it really nice and tight, and then turned off the excess. For this next part, I used the backing off of an old box spring, and I shot it with some candy apple red spray paint and got a really cool wrap for the middle of it. After that, I used an old belt and some hot glue to cover the seams, and then I also used a few greebles, little extra bits that I had left over to kind of hide those seams. I also added some to the ends just to kind of dress up the end caps a little bit. I also cut a couple of strips out of the extra green material that I had left over to have them kind of flowing as ribbons from the central seal. And the central seal I made out of an old Warhammer jetpack. I cut the jets off of it and it left a really cool scarab symbol. So here's what it's looking like right now. Not too bad, not too bad. Got the scrolls on the inside of it. The tube fully extends out, and it's time to get some painting done now. So then I hit the end caps with a base coat of red paint, as well as the wax going around the scarab seal in the middle. Lastly, I also hit the little bits that hid the seams on the end caps. If you've enjoyed my video, please smash that like button, and as always, would love to have you as a new subscriber. So now it was time to add the gold to all the different pieces, to paint the scarab, and to do the edge highlights on both end caps. I used these cool Warhammer shields that I had left over with Anubis heads on them, because I thought that most resembled like a werewolf head. Well, that's it for this build. I hope you've enjoyed it, and here's a couple of beauty shots to kind of take you out with.